Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Magical Mythical Phoenix. My name, of course, is Eddie Phoenix, and today we're actually going to talk about Kid Cudi and mental illness. Let me explain. Hey guys, I'm so glad you could join us today, Magical Mythical Phoenix. Thank you so much for watching. Today we actually are doing this episode because number one, it's been a big topic lately, and number two, I had some requests to do some different things. So I actually went on Facebook and I said, hey, what do you guys want me to do? What do you guys think I should do? What's the plan? And I actually got a comment that said something music related. So this is music related. Today we're doing an artist analysis on Kid Cudi. If you don't know who Kid Cudi is, you're about to find out today. He's actually a very prolific musician. He's a rapper and he's been doing really great lately. But the thing is, he actually came out earlier this week and admitted something that's a pretty big deal. So we're gonna get into that. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Kid Cudi and how he's important and why he's such a big deal right now. He's always been kind of a big deal to me. Kid Cudi came out around the time I was in 8th grade, 9th grade, so he's actually been very important to me when it comes to music. As you all know, I love music. So as I'm listening to his music and things like that, I start to learn a lot of things, and I start to respect him more as a person once I kind of got to know his story a little bit. Anyway, let's start off here. Kid Cudi, actually his name is Scott Raymond Seguro Mescudi. He was born January 30th, 1984. He is now 32 years old, and he was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, going through his early life, he actually was, he was a rough child. He did not have the best childhood, although his mother worked really hard, but his father died of cancer when he was young. So he kind of had to find his way around at an early age. Once he actually started getting out there, he moved to New York and he started doing a lot more when it came to music. He ended up getting discovered by Kanye West and his career blew up, essentially, which is awesome. But the lead up to that, really, he gained major recognition following the release of his first official full-length project, a mixtape called A Kid Named Cudi. This was back in 2008 when I heard about him. Now, the mixtape caught the attention of American rapper Kanye West, who subsequently signed him to Good Music label in late 2008. So he dropped the mixtape, got signed literally the same year. Kid Cudi has sold, get ready for this, over 5.2 million digital singles. I mean, that's huge. And he did this, he has worked with numerous prominent artists in the music industry, including Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, David Guetta, MGMT, Shakira, Snoop Dogg, and Michael Bolton. Those are all huge names, and he's worked with all of them. So that kind of lets you know how big of a deal he is in general. Now, as you guys know, mental illness is not something to be joked about. It's not something to play with, and it's a big deal. You guys can actually click on one of my episodes that I've done a long time ago talking about how to be a better people person. Now, this video actually taught me a lot about, you know, what it means to be an introvert, what it means to be an extrovert, what it means to be a person that kind of looks at the world differently. Now, when it comes to mental illness, we're talking about something very specific. We're talking about the idea that something is not quite right with us in our heads. We're not thinking correctly. We're not thinking the way we should. We aren't thinking with confidence. And that sometimes comes with mental illness. It sometimes comes with low self-esteem. But we're talking about mental illness today. What I mean by mental illness, I mean there is something that is fundamentally not firing off correctly. There's something that's going on in your mind that you may need medication for and things like that. Recently, Kid Cudi actually announced that he has admitted himself into rehab because of depression and suicidal thoughts. He, of course, is not the only one, but I'm making a big point about this because not only is he a big-time musician, but he's also black. What does that have to do with mental illness and this subject? Let me tell you. As a rapper, Kid Cudi is known in the music industry for his awesome rhymes and things like that. But the problem is, in the music industry, especially in the rap industry, it is built around a culture that makes people like me and other black men especially believe that black men are not supposed to have feelings. We're not supposed to have emotions. We're not supposed to admit our faults. We're not supposed to have issues like mental illness, and it's a not black thing. it's a complicated situation because even as black men, as we grew up, we were taught not to cry. We were taught not to show our true emotions. As Kid Cudi grew up in this society of black men who are taught like this, he was taught like that also. So for him to come out and say something like, I have a mental problem, I have something going on with me right now, I have issues with depression and issues with suicidal thoughts, that's such a big leap and a step outside of the status quo that people like myself, other blacks and other men can appreciate the fact that he came out and admitted something that is so intimate, so damaging, and sometimes it is damaging to someone's career. But because he's such a promising musician, I don't believe this will affect him in a negative way. But today, this episode is mostly about learning what it really means to be true to yourself. Because Kid Cudi was so true to himself that he was able to come out and admit that he has something wrong with him. There's a fault that he otherwise could not have handled by himself. And in our black culture and in our mainstream black society, we're taught that things are handled by ourselves. You know, get money, you know, have sex with a lot of people, and move on with your life. That's not really the way we should be portraying ourselves, especially in the black culture. I think that this is a mistake in the black culture, and honestly, I'm not here to talk about what we should and shouldn't do. I'm simply talking about what is. And as a musician, Kid Cudi had to have dealt with this for a long, long time. And eventually he decided, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get help. Not only did he decide to get help, but he decided to tell his fans, he decided to tell his family, and most of all, in the post that he made on Facebook, he said he's doing it for his daughter. And once again, in our mainstream black culture, that is not celebrated enough. Getting help is not celebrated enough. Admitting that you have an issue is not celebrated enough. So today, I take the time out to celebrate Kid Cudi and say thank you so much for giving people like me, other black men and black women, the ability to sit and say, wow, if he can do it, so can I. This will help our black community in such a prolific way, in such a profound way, because now what people don't realize, especially in the inner cities, mental illness is not accounted for. Mental illness is not thought about. We think, oh, they're ghetto, or oh, you know, they disrespect police officers, or oh, they disrespect their teachers and parents. But we don't get to the root of the issue, mental illness. So I thank Kid Cudi. If you're watching this, Kid Cudi, that'd be amazing. But you probably aren't. But if you are, thank you so much, because now you have shined some light on a lot of issues happening in the black community and even in music. The raps that we listen to, the songs that are written in music, I sometimes get really tired of hearing the same old drone and groan of making money, getting cars, you know, F these hoes, all this stuff. And it's so agitating to see that people don't get the big picture. It's not about the money. It's not about the hoes. It's about knowing who you are and accepting your limitations. And Kid Cudi did that. And I appreciate that. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope this didn't get too deep. I didn't mean to, you know, sour your day, but I do want to appreciate Kid Cudi and what he did for the black community and for music. So if you guys had any suggestions for what I should do, what video I should do, what subject the video should be about, comment below. If you're on Facebook, please comment in the comment section. Thank you so much. I don't always post on Facebook. Sometimes I post the beginning of the episode, the intro, but never the actual full video. So if I did post this on Facebook, thank you so much for watching. But please make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It's a big deal to me. I'm trying to build my fan base over there. But if you're on YouTube, go to my Facebook page. You'll enjoy it very much. Instagram, Facebook, all that will be right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and a better tomorrow. I'll see you guys later.